Hey, what's going on, everybody? Timmy, aka Echo Side Fiend here. So, if you've been watching my channel for the past couple weeks, you've probably noticed that I've been doing reviews of the original 6 Jokers cards. So far, I've done Carnival of Carnage, Ringmaster, Riddlebox, and of course the Great Malenko. So, that brings us to today, where we're going to be taking a look at the almighty, the 5th Jokers card, the one and only, maybe two and only, depending on how you want to look at it, the amazing Jeckel brothers. This came out on in 1999 on May 25th. This is the one I picked up the day it came out. I got the Jake Jeckel version. I wasn't really concerned with getting both of them because I knew they were exactly the same. So it's kind of like I didn't have it pre-ordered or anything. I just went to probably Best Buy and was just like grabbed one. I'm sure I looked at both of them and I was like, whatever, this one will work. So I went with this one, and then, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, a buddy of mine was moving for his job, and he was just basically transferring all of his music to a hard drive because he knew he just had too many CDs to lug around, and so he got rid of a lot of his stuff, and I think some of it that he absolutely didn't want to part with, he just packed in a box and put it at his mom's house, but he decided to get rid of all his ICP stuff. Like I said, he backed it all up on his hard drive, but he kind of distributed it to a lot of us that are fans, so he knew that we'd take good care of it and stuff. So he asked me if I wanted anything, so I just came over and grabbed the Jack Jeckel version, so I'd have both of them. And yeah, I think he had a few singles that I took too, but yeah, that was pretty much everything else. We both had. So, but yeah, his looks like literally. I know he had an MP3 player like when they very first came out, but like it looks like he bought it and put it on his computer and never touched it again. I mean, it's like the case is flawless, and and I don't know if he got it the day it came out, but he'd had it. When me and him met, it was not very long after this is when me and him met, and he had it. So unless he rebought it or something, because it's like almost perfect. I mean, mine's all scuffed up. Amazingly, there's no cracks or anything in mine, but well, it's been carried around and scuffed up and has stuff on it and everything. But yeah, as far as the inside of the booklets, they're exactly the same. Obviously, just the cover is different. But so all right, so let's take a look at the album. So the cover itself, I love this logo. I've actually never had a shirt of it or anything. I don't think I've had a shirt, hat, sweatshirt, nothing. I don't know why. I've always liked it. They're just, for whatever reason, this is just one I just never picked up. I guess maybe partly because I couldn't decide which one I would want to get. So I've always thought like getting one where you see where it's like in half. I've always thought that would be pretty cool. But I'm sure there are shirts of it out there. I just haven't seen one. So, but yeah, overall the logo is cool. It's very Carnival-esque, very evil looking, scary looking. I really like the how it's kind of they're based on fire, so they're kind of like the flame of a candle. I've always liked that, and that's pretty cool that that candle that DC Fago guy found on I think he said he found it on eBay, where it's literally a wax candle molded to look just like that. And right in his video he was like, yeah, I didn't even know these exist, and I was like, well, that makes two of us because I didn't know either. So I wouldn't mind getting one of those sometimes. Pretty cool. It'd be good to have on display. But yeah, great logo. Like the fire, the fireballs going around, that represent sins, and just a good looking logo. I would definitely need to pick up a shirt of it. I would definitely wear one. So the back, pretty cool. I've always liked this logo, if I can get that without glare. I remember when they came here to Grand Rapids on this tour, they came a couple times. They came to the Deltaplex, about a half a year apart or so. But when they were traveling, the bus they were in had that, literally this the amazing Jeckel Brothers logo, literally from one end to the other. It was so fucking cool. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And then they had that. I've always liked this logo too at the time. And they had that on the back, I think, and then this was on both sides from one end, like literally like from one end to the other, right over the windows and everything. I mean, cut around the windows, but I mean, it was like just the bus was wrapped in it. And unfortunately, in 1999, it was before camera phones were all the rage, so never got a good picture of it, but it was cool. So that is a awesome logo. I've always liked that. So, all right, well, let's move on to the music. So this is a great album. I like it a lot. There's not a whole lot of tracks on here I skip. From time to time, I'll put it in, and I kind of might jump around a little bit. But even then, it's not really because I don't like the song. And just be like, oh, I just kind of want to get to this next song, So I'll run through the tracks real quick. We got intro, Jake Jeckel, Bring It On, I Want My Shit, Bitches, which of course has Old Dirty Bastard, Terrible, I Stab People, another love song, Everybody Rise, Play With Me, Jeckel, Fuck the World, The Shaggy Show, Mad Professor, Assassins, Echo Side, and Nothing's Left. Yeah, if I had to pick out a few tracks on here that are my favorite, there's actually a lot on here that are my favorite. I'd say I Want My Shit. I love that song. I just love the chorus of it. It pretty much becomes a metal song, and then just the lyrics itself are really cool. It's really like a fun, humorous story that they're telling. Bitches is good. That's a good track. Terrible, I love. Terrible. It's just I really agree with the song. Like what they're talking about in it. About the only thing I don't like. This isn't a major complaint, but I'm a big Nirvana fan. So when Shaggy really like sticks the knife in and twists it about Kurt Cobain, I was like, come on, man, that was kind of uncalled for. But I do get what he's saying. Where Kurt Cobain's death, suicide got tons of coverage, and then Eazy-E dying of AIDS was just mentioned in a quick little story if you were lucky. I don't think I ever heard anything about that on the news. But Kurt Cobain was all over it, and they were both, groundbreaking bands. Like, why did one get, so much coverage and the other didn't, So I see where he's coming from. As it's kind of like, man, you really don't have to really, lay it in that he died, But, I understand what he was saying, and it's fine. I just kind of was like, hey, man, come on, But he made a great point in the song, so... Everybody Rise is great. I love that. It's a freaking rockin' song. Play With Me I really like. I love the beat in that, and the story in that song is cool. I love Fuck the World, and not just because he says fuck a lot. I don't really care about that. It's just a cool song. His emotion, the emotion in his voice coming through is freaking cool. The anger in his voice, and then the beat in that song, I love that little guitar riff that's going. It's just a kind of a creepy kind of just everything about it is cool, man. Good track. Shaggy Show is obviously fun. Mad Professor is cool. I like that one a lot. I love the skits in that song when the people are coming to his house, and he's getting them, killing him, and then the one guy escapes, and all that, and he's chasing him, and you hear the pan trying to hit him. It's just humorous. I love it. Assassins is great. That one I love seeing live. I think everybody does. When the gunshot goes and they throw the Faygo bottles all out at the same time. And, obviously, Echo Side is awesome. Partly my online namesake came from that. So that's a great track. I love the lyrics in it, and it's very creepy. The music, very ominous sounding. And, Nothing's Left, good track, a good album ender. Not my favorite, but it finishes off the album very well. So about the only complaint I really have about this, I don't think the skits in this were really that funny. There was a lot in this, like the one where like Mad Rox is going through the drive-through, like ordering a Chilito, and Violent J is like doing that French accent. I was like, I don't really get what they were going for there. Maybe it's, I don't know, they're acting out part of a movie or something that I just don't know about or something. I don't know. I just didn't really. I think I chuckled at it, but I was kind of like, I don't really see what was so humorous about that. I don't know. I know they've got different style of humor, so maybe it made sense to them. I don't know, but and then the commercials, or whatever I guess you'd say, skits. They were like commercials in Shaggy Show. Those I don't really like. I guess I just not really finding the same humor in it that they do. But then, like I said, in Mad Professor, I love the little, I guess you'd say, skits that were within that. Those are great, And then I do love the Jerky Boys calls. Those are fucking hilarious. But yeah, just those couple skits just didn't really do a whole lot for me. But basically, when this comes on, if I don't feel like listening, just skip to the next track. No big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So we'll take a look at the inside. I've always liked. I know I pointed out in Great Malenko as well that the photo shoot that was for that era for that album was awesome. The same with this. I love this photo shoot, and I guess in that they're not really there with. Oh yeah, they got the claws on there. There's one photo of them that I use as a wallpaper on my phone a lot and everything from this photo shoot where they're both like leaning in and they got their claws like going like that. I love that. I like every phone I've had, or I get a new phone, that's like one of the first pictures I download so I can set it, I kind of rotate my wallpapers out, quite a bit, keep my phone looking fresh, and that's one I always use. So this photo shoot was awesome too. So, Got the CD there. I got both of them. Both the Jeckel brothers on each side. Behind it, got another photo of ICP, Jay and Shaggy. So, and then so the insert is pretty much, as far as I can tell, it's exactly the same in both versions of the album. They got your the story of the Jeckel brothers there. This is a little ad that was for the Jerky Boys in their album that was coming up. And then got all your credits to start coming through. And then this is I always thought was pretty cool here. Up at the top there, and as far as I know, this is the very first and only time, I don't know if that'll focus very well, but if you can't read it, it says Insane Clown Posse is Shaggy 2 Dope, Violent J, and Mikey Clark. It's like they literally included him as part of Insane Clown Posse, and then it says every real juggalo around the world, which is pretty cool too. But yeah, like it says the band is Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, and Mikey Clark. So I think, as far as I know, I think that's the only time that it's ever said that, the first and only time. So and then there's all their thank yous just continue throughout here. There's more photos. You got the countdown there in color, I think, for the first time. And then this here was the phone game, and I want to say that you got Psychopathic Riders, maybe Duncan. You played this? I forget which. I don't recall if I did this or not, but there was, because there was one in well, there's been a lot of them, but there was one in the Bazaar as well. But and then a little preview for the Chaos Comics that was coming out. The Pendulum, I'm guessing, or I don't know if it was this was the Pendulum. Yeah, the Ups and Downs of the Wicked Clown. So that was like the beginning of the Pendulum. So, and then an ad for the action figures and for Big Money Hustlers. And then ad for Twisted. What was that for? Most Tasteless. So pretty cool. So that's pretty much all that. Yeah, if anybody remembers what this phone game was, drop it in the comments. I can't remember. But yeah, so this is a great album. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And really about the only thing with this one that I say is Amazing Jeckel Brothers didn't really have like a huge impact on me when it came out. Like I've always said, for me being a Juggalo, a fan of ICP in general, when Carnival of Carnage and Ringmaster, when I first heard those were the very first time that I heard ICP. I went the next day and bought both of them and reserved Riddlebox. So then when Riddlebox came out, then I bought that and was listening to that like crazy, and that pretty much made me say, this is a band that I'm down with, that I'm going to be a fan of for a long time to come. Then I saw them for the first time on the Riddlebox tour. That made me say, like, yeah, I'm a Juggalo through and through. Also, just being the first time that I saw them was attached to the Riddlebox. Great Malenko came out. That was a fantastic album. That was, I got it on release day, so I was there to see, not there at the store, but to see at the time to see it be recalled, which I don't think is cool, but it was cool to be able to say, like, that I saw that, and that I like witnessed it. And at the time too, when Great Malenko came out, I met and was dating this girl that I liked a lot. We were together for about a year, and we're still friends, but it took a few years for us to become friends again. But and like, so I got her into ICP, and I remember her buying the cassette tape of Great Malenko, and so there's a lot of cool memories attached to all those albums. When Jeckel Brothers came out, there just wasn't like anything that impacted me in my life or fandom of ICP. Not to say it's not a great album, there was just nothing attached to it that really... They came to town and they did a autograph signing, and I couldn't go because I couldn't get the day off of work. I was on second shift at the time. I was on second shift for many years until just recently. But at the job I'm still at, though. But I couldn't get the day off, so I couldn't go to that. They came here to Grand Rapids a couple times on this tour, and I went to both of them. But it just, I'd already seen them several times, so there wasn't anything that really, like, where usually I've got all these cool stories to tell about, like, oh man, when this album came out, blah blah, and I just don't have that for this, so it didn't really impact me big time. So Jeckel Brothers just kind of felt like a new album from my favorite band, which is not bad. Just didn't have a huge impact on me being a Juggalo. It was just went to the store and bought a copy of it and rocked it for months and months and months and months. So that's about it, really. I just have, what I say about that. I just didn't. There just wasn't anything huge and standout-ish to me about like where I look back on all the other albums and I've always got like some memory and some story. This one's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's a good album. It's a great album actually. But so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I would absolutely recommend this. Like I said, I just don't have like a cool story attached to it to tell like I do all their other stuff. So if you're a Juggalo and you don't have this, I mean, you should. I think it's one of their more popular albums. It's actually got this. Actually, I think out of all their catalog, I think this from actual music critics gets decent reviews. A lot of people will say it's like their best work and stuff. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. Just the skits to me just didn't really make me laugh as much as a lot of their other stuff does. But the music's great, production's great, lyrics are great. I like this as a lot of their songs on this have a really metal feel, which I like. I'm a big metalhead, so it's pretty cool to see that. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. So if you don't have this, make sure you go out and get it, listen to it, whatever, online, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say about the Amazing Jeckel Brothers. Great album, 4 out of 5. So yeah, coming up pretty soon. I'll probably shoot for this weekend. I'll try to get Shangri-La and Hell's Pit, at least Shangri-La, out of the way. And we're getting winding down to the end of the original 6, and I'll probably start doing maybe like some of their movies, like DVDs or something. So, as usual, this is Timmy, aka Ecocide Fiend. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.